Means it was burning in 3 separate directions because of the winds. So crews are going to work on going as direct as they can today to try and both bolster the lines from yesterday, that 5% containment, and then expand off of those also.
Now, again, with this fire still in effect today, when speaking to, the PIO earlier today, he told me that this fire is still under investigation on what caused this blaze. Also, a little later in the show, I'll come back here to talk a little bit about some of the different evacuation centers for evacuees here on the mountainside that were in areas like Ribbonwood, like Pinyon Pine, so stay tuned for that. But for now, I'm Brett Rosen for NBC Palm Springs Live on Highway 74.
Brett, thank you. And as you mentioned there, the Rosa Fire continuing to force evacuations. Meanwhile, communities down here in the valley are stepping in to help. Our Caitlin Kelly has details tonight.
As the Rosa Fire continues to burn in Anza, evacuees are making their way down the hill in search of safety and shelter. In Palm Desert, several local hotels are stepping up, offering special rates and discounts for those displaced by the flames. And it's not just hotels offering support. The Palm Desert Community Center has opened its doors to evacuees as well, serving as a temporary haven for those escaping the Rosa Fire.
For us, community is everything, and we're founded on community. So anytime we could actually assist, and that's with the Rosa Fire, is we needed a place to be converted into a shelter for those affected. And that's what our facilities are for, not only for recreation, but also this, the unfortunate events of a fire or a national disaster. We have beds, we have food, drinks, just that really, safe place for you to come, get your thoughts together, contact your family. We have Wi-Fi for you guys to jump on, to check your emails, because right now it's about having that safe place to where you could kind of reflect, get back to what you need to do.
And for those evacuating with their four-legged companions,
we work directly with Riverside County Animal Services, and whether we're able to house some of the service dogs here at our site, they're more than welcome, but also work with Animal Services to find a location for your pets. And right now, the Animal Services Riverside County is actually looking for those who want to foster dogs, and for 30 pounds over. And so you could reach out to the Riverside County Animal Services to find out more information about their programs.
Caitlin Kelly, NBC Palm Springs.
Now, 3 hotels at the intersection of Highway 111 and Hospitality in Palm Desert each have special rates available for those who have been evacuated. Embassy Suites is offering $85 a night and a waived deposit. Holiday Inn Express offering a 20% discount, and Best Western Plus has rates of $89 plus tax, again, all in Palm Desert. And as Caitlin mentioned, the Palm Desert Community Center has also been transformed into a care center for evacuees. They have beds, food, Wi-Fi, as well as several resources available if you're traveling with a pet. Their address and contact information is right there on your screen.
Riverside County Animal Services is working nonstop to shelter pets displaced by recent evacuations. Shelter taking in farm animals displaced by the Rosa Fire. More than 12 horses, 5 turkeys, and 7 goats have been taken in for care at the San Jacinto Valley Animal Campus, among others. But shelters are overwhelmed tonight. That's why they're asking urgently for some public help right now to foster unowned shelter dogs, especially those dogs 30 pounds and up. You can open your home, visit any of the locations you see on your screen right there: Western Riverside County City Shelter in Jurupa Valley, San Jacinto Valley Animal Campus, and Coachella Valley Animal Campus in Thousand Palms. Also, if you'd like to make a donation to help those farm animals, you can go to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. Click on the Newsroom tab for more information on that.
We'll go ahead and take a live look outside from our Agua Caliente casino camera in Rancho Mirage. I think at this hour, that might be the clearest we've seen this view in the past couple of days. Could be due to the wind shifting a little bit. Some of these fires starting to get a handle on them across our valley. I know we have just up the street, or well, not up the street, but in Big Bear, just outside of our valley, we have the Gold Fire burning there. San Bernardino has a fire as well. So we're tracking, I know, that wind playing a big factor.
Yeah. The air quality alert is for a good portion of Southern California because of all the different fires, like you mentioned, that we are tracking. I know we're talking about the Gifford Fire a little bit later in the show. But yes, as Olivia mentioned, that haze is still taking over our skies today. I actually was in Palm Springs earlier today, and you could still see that smoke building up from the mountains. So still keeping our eye on the conditions in these different regions of the fire. Let's focus on that Rosa Fire right now. 91 degrees in Anza, again, near that fire. This is just to the west of the fire. Winds right now, and no winds, as Olivia mentioned as well. A big concern when we talk about these fires. That's going to push these fires around. Winds are peaking at this hour for Anza. It's going to improve throughout the night. And I will say, as far as winds go, this is not the worst that we see. I mean, these are single-digit winds, sustained winds. The gusts are a little bit stronger for that area, for the Anza area specifically, or closer to the fire. Winds at this hour, 17-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So as we get later on into the evening, the future forecast, as those winds will die down, gusts will stay in the teens, low teens, and then single-digit sustained winds. So we'll definitely keep our eye on the winds near that area. As far as us closer to home, from the north, they're shifting a little bit, mostly from the west. That's why it's pushing that haze and that smoke into the Coachella Valley yesterday. Even last evening, though, yesterday evening, it was from the north. So they are shifting a little bit for that area. I mentioned this just seconds ago, but we are tracking the air quality alert, not just for us here in the Coachella Valley, but really traveling up to Big Bear, where that Gold Fire is that Olivia mentioned, all the way up to Santa Clarita. We're talking about that Gifford Fire, which is one of the largest ones that we are seeing this year. Extreme heat warning for us here on the Coachella Valley floor through Friday. So that's another concern. We are seeing very hot conditions for us here closer to home. 111 today, just slightly above average. Here's a look at your Comfort Air 3-day forecast. So temperatures will be peaking on Thursday. We back off a little bit as we get into the weekend. We'll break down more you can expect in that full forecast coming up.
Chloe, thank you. And if you smell smoke or see ash during these wildfires, you're asked to take precautions. Some locals in La Quinta and Indio telling us they've seen some gray ash falling from the Rosa Fire. Wildfire smoke can cause unhealthy air quality in areas many miles away from the fire due to hazardous ash. You can take precautions by wearing an N95 mask, stay indoors with those windows and doors closed, run an HVAC air purifier, and if cleaning ash, wear goggles, gloves, as well as long sleeve clothing. Excuse me.
Turning to some other local headlines this evening, a major tech upgrade is coming to the James O. Jesse Desert Highland Unity Center. It's all thanks to a $56,000 grant from the California Public Utilities Commission. The center now features 16 brand new computer workstations and full Wi-Fi access throughout the building, including the gym and meeting rooms. Big step forward for local residents, offering better access to education, job searches, and essential services.
And if you're thinking about throwing away that broken electronic device or appliance, well, don't do that just yet. Later this month, the city of Palm Springs is holding their Fix It Fair at the Mizell Center. This is hosted by the Sustainability Department. You can bring small appliances, electronics, clothing, and other items to give those good products a new life. This will be held August 23rd. Each person can bring 2 items each.
You may have seen this geyser in Indio yesterday. Indio police say that a woman crashed her car into the hydrant and then ran from the scene on foot. And tonight, she's been identified by the department as 21-year-old Amelia Delgado Hayes. She was booked into the John Bonoy Detention Center for a hit and run resulting in property damage, but she's since been released on bail.
Well, if you're looking for a job, you may be in luck. The Valley-wide Employment Expo is coming in September. This is put on by Riverside County at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. It's marked as one of the largest job fairs in the region, giving you the opportunity to meet face-to-face with employers hiring in fields ranging from hospitality to healthcare. It's scheduled for September 17th. Coming up next here on NBC Palm Springs, controversy over the latest jobs report, with the president saying he doesn't trust the numbers. A look at how this report and revisions work right after the break.
Also tonight, a brand new show set to premiere this September right here on NBC Palm Springs, offering a deep dive into all things Coachella Valley Firebirds. Our Tim O'Brien's going to tell us more about the program and how you can be a part of that. That's coming up a little bit later on tonight in sports.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 5.
After massive revisions to the jobs report, President Donald Trump is saying he doesn't trust the latest numbers.
So how does the report and revisions really work? Ivan Rodriguez tonight has more from the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics collects data on a number of key economic concerns and produces critical reports on prices, inflation, and unemployment. The data is then used by businesses, investors, and government organizations like the U.S. Federal Reserve to make critical decisions. But Friday, President Donald Trump abruptly fired the commissioner of the BLS, Dr. Erica McIntyre, accusing her of rigging the latest jobs report for political purposes. Former BLS Commissioner William Beach, nominated by Trump in his first term, says that's impossible.
The commissioner doesn't do anything to collect the numbers. What I think really upset the president on Friday were the revisions to May and June.
The BLS's initial monthly jobs estimates are often based on incomplete data, so they are revised twice after the initial report, followed by a preliminary annual revision in August and a final revision in February.
BLS is the finest statistical agency in the entire world. Its numbers are trusted all over the world.
The BLS collects jobs data in two separate surveys. The first is done in part with old-fashioned door knocking. A second survey is collected from thousands of businesses and government agencies via telephone, internet surveys, and for large corporations through an automated data transfer.
The president's attack on the commissioner and on the Bureau could undermine that trust over the long term.
That was Ivan Rodriguez reporting this evening. Just months after the National Weather Service was gutted by cuts related to the Department of Government Efficiency, that agency is now hiring. The NWS has received permission to hire up to 450 new meteorologists, hydrologists, and radar technicians. That hiring will apply to frontline mission-critical personnel, according to CNN, which quoted a NOAA official. Cuts at the National Weather Service ignited concerns about the country's preparedness for hurricanes and in the aftermath of this summer's deadly flooding in the Texas Hill Country.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement uses different tactics to arrest immigrants in red and blue states. A new analysis of ICE data shows overall more immigrants are being arrested in Republican-leaning states, and a majority of ICE arrests in red states, about 59%, took place in prisons and jails. By contrast, in Democratic-leaning states, ICE is more likely to arrest immigrants from the community, and most who have no criminal record. 70% of arrests in blue states took place at work sites, streets, and in mass roundups, according to that report.
The Justice Department is looking to make some public transcripts of grand jury testimony against Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. According to a court filing, the transcripts include 5 days of presentations, 2 in front of the Epstein grand jury and 3 in front of the Maxwell grand jury. This is the latest step the DOJ has made to make public some of the millions of records amassed during the Epstein investigation. Additional filings were expected today. Victims of Epstein and co-conspirators are submitting letters to the judge stating their opinions on whether the sealed documents should be made public.
We've got a live look outside for you. Our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera looking a little less hazy this evening, although fires still burning around our valley. Chloe Carlson's in next to tell us more about our 7-day forecast, plus a check on the Gifford fire right after the break. Stay with us.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night.
All right, before we get into the forecast right now, let's take a look at the Gifford fire, which is burning in Santa Barbara County right now. This fire has now the largest currently burning in the state. 82,000 acres have burned. The blaze was only 7% contained as of this afternoon, and officials say hundreds of structures are threatened by the fire. The Gifford fire started as a series of small fires that broke out last Friday along Highway 166.
We had the Madre fire, which consumed 80,000 acres. The east side of the fire, of our fire on the north side of 166, has met that burn scar. So that's a real positive for us because it doesn't allow that fire to keep marching easterly where it has made contact with the Madre burn scar. Conditions can change rapidly, and the next thing you know, they're experiencing fire activity that they can't even imagine.
The cause of this fire is under investigation. Again, over 80,000 acres burned there in Santa Barbara and San Luis Obispo County. So we'll check in with Chloe Carlson closer to home. I know with a fire this size, it's impacted a lot of air quality for many Southern California residents.
Yeah, that's just going to be something that we are tracking over the course of the next couple of days. Our air quality alert, like I said, not just for us here in the Coachella Valley, but a good portion of Southern California. Closer to home, here's a live look at our Walter Clark Highway 11 cam. A little bit of a clearer view of our skies today. Again, still a little bit of that haze, but much of an improvement from yesterday. Santa Maria, this is just to the west of that Gifford fire, so it's encompassing a large portion here just west of that. Santa Maria, here's those current conditions. 73 degrees. Again, winds technically the strongest that we're going to see for today are at this hour. Not too bad as far as the winds go, 9 miles per hour. Those wind gusts are 13 miles per hour, and those will also continue to weaken through this evening. Today's high, we were 114 for the high today, so slightly above average conditions, a trend that will continue for us and only get stronger as we get into later this week. 111 at this hour for Palm Springs, 104 in Desert Hot Springs, a little bit cooler for them, 96 in Yucca Valley. Overnight tonight, our overnights are going to be warmer with those hot conditions, so not getting a lot of overnight relief. We're going to be staying in the 80s and even later on this week, 90s possibly for those overnight conditions. Tomorrow morning, keep these temperatures in mind. If you want to get out and exercise, do it earlier in the day, unless you're going to the surf club, which we had our ladies surf club today. That was our NBC winner right there, catching her very first wave. 84 degrees at the 6 o'clock hour, 91 degrees by 8 a.m. And if you were running or doing anything, I would do all of that before 8 o'clock. If you're going to be in the pool or surfing, just make sure you're staying hydrated. It's going to be 90s, high 90s by the 10 o'clock hour. Wind's going to be pretty consistent. We're breezy here on the desert floor. Surface moisture going up a little bit Thursday and Friday with some monsoonal moisture with the placement of that ridge of high pressure. Might bring a little bit of monsoonal flow. Chance of rain, very unlikely, but it's going to feel a little bit humid as we get into the first part of our weekend. So keep that in mind. Here's a look at your Comfort Air 7-day forecast. So temperatures peaking for our Wednesday and Thursday at 116. We'll cool off, still staying above 110 degrees through Tuesday next week.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. The NBC Palm Springs Sports Desk with Tim O'Brien. Brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
Well, welcome back. August, known as the Sunday of summer. School and football about to start any day now, which means fall just around the corner and, most importantly, hockey season that much closer. Now, this fall, September 7th to be exact, Firebirds Off the Ice will premiere right here on NBC Palm Springs, and I want you to be involved. So if you or someone you know has a Firebirds man cave at home or in their office, send them my way. You can email me. You see my email there at the bottom of the screen. Send me videos and pictures for a chance to be featured on the show. More importantly, of course, that first episode, September 7th, immediately following Sunday Night Football. And on top of all that, the Firebirds are also looking for their ultimate fan here in the Coachella Valley. The Firebirds will award you a merchandise prize pack valued at over $400. The contest began August 1st, will run until October 1st. You simply sign up at cvfirebirds.com/ultimate-fan. Whoever has to do the deciding in this certainly has their work cut out for them. No secret, the best fans in the American Hockey League. And I'll leave you with this. Palm Desert alum Brooks Kriske now on his way to the Minnesota Twins, where he'll join fellow Aztec Travis Adams. Kriske was sent to the Twins via the Cubs earlier today. So you got Travis Adams, who just made his first big league start on Monday night against the Tigers. And that makes now 4 players from the Coachella Valley donning major league uniforms. Of course, Kriske and Adams are joined by Taylor Ward in Anaheim and Jeremiah Estrada with the San Diego Padres. Pretty cool. 4 players from right here in the Valley in the big leagues. Well, that'll do it in sports. I'm Tim O'Brien.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen Our continuing coverage of the Rosa Fire this evening. Our Brett Rosen live along Highway 74 tonight with the latest information. Brett, how are you?
Hey, Mark, I'm doing great up here, but just a little bit about, I was here yesterday, not even 24 hours ago, and you can see a little bit, some of that hazy smoke there in the distance, not nearly to what it was yesterday. But again, like I said earlier, this fire is only 5% contained according to CAL FIRE. What I do notice is even though the wind has picked up in the last 30 minutes or so, it still hasn't been as windy as it was last night and in the evening yesterday when this fire first was breaking through. And earlier in the report, I had talked about, different shelters that evacuees can go to. And some of those evacuation shelters is Anza Community Center and Palm Desert Community Center as well. But stay tuned, because tonight at 6, you'll get to hear a local here in Pinyon Pines about why many feel like they couldn't leave and they stood here to stick around. Live on Highway 74, I'm Brett Rosen, NBC Palm Springs.
All right, thanks, Brett. We'll see you at 6.